This week on the Steam Machine Podcast.
People under the influence of cults is similar to that we observe in addicts. Typical behavior for both includes draining bank accounts, neglecting children, and destroying relations with family or losing interest in anything except the drug or cult of the lamb. Meh. Cue the music.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Steam Machine Podcast. My name is Dalton, and joining me this week, as always, is one half of the Destructo Bros.
How you doing? It's Willie. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah.
I didn't get to do one yet.
And
Retrogue has done like 6 of them. I wanted to do one.
Mikolov. Well, to his credit, they're usually his ideas, and I'm just like, yeah, sure. Mikolov. How are you doing, my good sir? One Team Retrogue from YouTube.
My energy level is very bad. I'm here, though. I showed up. Somehow.
You did.
You really hoofed it, too. You're like, if you guys can hang until this certain hour, I'll drag my carcass in. And you kept your word.
My carcass is here. I was not expecting to be here with all the bullshit going on right now, but I somehow made it.
As long as we get the show, as long as we get the show done before that 1 hour, and you know the hour I'm talking about, where like everyone turns into coffins and then the demons come out for an hour. Damn, neither of you have played that. All right,
that's what happens. Harvestella?
What was that?
No, it's from Persona 3. Oh, that was another one I meant to mention. Damn it, Mikolov. That was another one I meant to mention in the Patreon is Harvestella. What a great game.
Expanded Patreon, free bonus recommendation, Harvestella.
Yeah, Harvestella. But no, in Persona 3, there's this like, I think it's at like between midnight and 1 a.m. or it might be 2 and 3 a.m. where it just time freezes for an hour and everyone that's a normal human turns into coffins, and then like Persona users don't, and then that's when all the demons and Persona shit comes out. It's a wacky game.
That's right. I did hear
about that. They gotta shoot themselves in the heads to summon their persona. It's a wild game.
I feel like that's like the Evokers is the like only thing I really know about that game, sadly. And that it's really cool looking and then the music is good.
Yeah, man. That's one thing Persona's always had is great music.
Yeah.
At least since 3, because I couldn't really speak much to Persona 1 or 2. I know one thing about Persona 1 and I know one thing about Persona 2.
I mean, from what I hear... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no. I think I know 2 things about Persona 2 and no things about Persona 1.
You know one thing about Persona 1.
Do you know who the main bad guy is?
Yes, that is one of the 2 things I know. And he has cool sunglasses.
In Persona 1. I think I think he's the boss in Persona 1, not 2.
Oh, okay. Well,
if I remember right. And we're speaking of...
I thought that it was that Persona 2, the other thing I know is that it was split into 2 separate games and half of them he's the boss in.
We're talking about Hitler, right?
Yes.
Yeah. No, I think that's the end of Persona 1, but I could be wrong. But yes, Persona 2 was split into 2 and then released really oddly. Like we got the second half years before we got the first half, and then they gave us the first half on PSP, but didn't give us the PSP version of the second half. So it's like, what the fuck? But yeah, that it is what it is. Willie, you're wearing a white shirt. What you been up to, man?
Oh, man, I've not been up to very much this week. I'm trying to think if there's anything interesting I have to talk about, and not really. Pretty much anything I could come up with would just be a continuation of last week. I've kind of been, again, kind of drained, kind of dealing with the changes. I rewatched the first Halloween movie for the first time in a long time yesterday. Or maybe it was 3 days ago.
Hell yeah. John Carpenter?
Yeah, John Carpenter. And, of course, John Carpenter, like, his original soundtracks still hold up really strongly, I feel like. Like, he has just a lot of really cool direction, like, shot choices and a lot of really cool music. And I felt like the movie still had the tension.
Fun fact. In Halloween, that was the movie he did before The Thing. And in Halloween, they are in one of the scenes, they're watching the original Thing movie from 1950 or 60, whatever it is.
The Thing from Another Planet. Yeah, That's cool. I didn't catch that.
Yeah, I thought that's a cool little reference. I almost wonder if like he did that because he already had it in his head, or he was already, writing the script for the thing.
Well, they love doing those little cross-referential in-jokes in a horror movie where you're watching another horror movie. Like, I think the Evil Dead movies had the Night of the Living Dead movies in them. Things like that.
Red Shirt Cinema Club is doing a John Carpenter series, and they just covered Halloween. And there's Nath, Rob, and Dave, and only Rob had seen it before. And Nath was doing the intro, and he said, now that I've seen Halloween, I can say, that's where all those jokes and Scream came from.
Yeah.
That's just like me with Jurassic Park. Now I know the origin of all the memes.
I was going to say, you came out of that with like, I don't know, 10, 15 meme knowledge plus meme knowledge, because you were just like, I've heard that before. Oh, I know that.
They should just...
It must be like watching old Simpsons for the first time.
Oh, old Simpsons, man. Seasons 1 to 10.
It's incredible how dense those are with stuff people still reference.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just that there's so many things. It's a single episode will have like 8 of them.
Yeah. Exactly.
Why, you little...
Oh, God. Like, no, we're talking more like the subtle stuff. Like, there's this consultant that comes into our schools getting paid a crap ton of money by our district to basically tell us nothing. And all of us teachers are basically calling him a con artist. So whenever we have to go to one of his professional developments, it's either me or one other teacher who will go, remember, mono equals 1, rail equals rail.
The monorail. That's classic.
Oh, yeah.
Man, one of the things, I know I've mentioned this on the show before, I've had to. Me and my dad played The Simpsons Road Rage a lot together growing up, which was basically The Simpsons Crazy Taxi.
Right.
And if you played as Apu and you drove on the sidewalk and someone had to dive out of the way, he would go, "Get out of the way, you silly pedestrian." And that used to crack me up so hard, dude, because I could just picture him just driving like a maniac, just get out of the way. But the way he would say "silly pedestrian," I loved it. Apu.
You still say that to this day now when you drive, don't you?
I do think it sometimes when people are crossing the street, yes.
Yeah.
I do. I also remember it was like you would pick up one of the old men, not Grandpa, but the other old guy.
Hans Moleman.
Hans Moleman.
He'd be like, "I don't remember where I live," and things like that. Just like, take him to the old folks' home.
I was saying Boo Earns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be his most famous line.
Yeah.
Assuming getting hit in the dick by a football doesn't count as a line.
No. Barney's
Groundskeeper
movie had
Willie.
heart, but football in the groin had a football in the groin.
I know it would be blasphemous because he's Irish, not Scottish, but like I think Seamus would make a good groundskeeper Willie if they ever did a live action Simpsons.
I mean, the thing is, like, too, like, they do have a couple scenes where, like, Ned or Groundskeeper Willie get off their shirts, and they're, like, incredibly huge and jacked. Right?
Yeah, freaking
like,
jacked, yeah.
I think it could work.
You got any grease?
Ned.
Yes. And grease me up, woman. Okie dokie.
During, it doesn't snow here, but I'll randomly be like, "It's me, it's Mr. Plow." As I'm driving during the winter.
I cannot start us on a 15-minute Simpsons quoting session.
Is Mr. Plow. I'm pretty sure in Simpsons Hit and Run, you can unlock Mr. Plow.
Yep.
And if Homer drives it, he sings the song.
Yep, you are correct.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
God, Hit and Run was great too. That was like Grand Theft Auto Simpsons.
Yeah. I
that
love
game
Hit and
needs
Run.
to be put on PC. Like,
really
and
does.
Given update, just fucking AI update the graphics for all I give a shit. Like, fucking just give it to me. There was a guy who created a PC version of the game with new assets, everything, and then straight up was like, "I just made this for myself. I'm not going to distribute this."
Wow.
Oh, damn.
But he told everybody about it.
Yeah.
Didn't even put it on, like, a secret Discord and give it to 3 people who gave it to 3 people?
He might have done that because, that way it doesn't get DMCA'd to hell.
I was going to say, that's the usual strategy for doing it against Nintendo, is if you're making a Nintendo fan game, you do not have an official website with a link. You have a tiny Discord where you give it to a few people who pass it on to others.
Yeah,
or you wait until it's done.
No, that too.
You announce it, you put it out there, you get DMCA'd, but by then it's already out there, so it ain't going anywhere.
Right. You need to make sure the cat is fully out of the box before Nintendo's lawyers are agile enough to catch it.
Correct. So I think that they did that with another Metroid 2 remake, which is a fantastic remake of the Game Boy game. And
I think that game just ran into such bad luck because nobody knew that they were remaking Metroid 2. Like, they just hit the worst possible timing with that.
Yeah, which is unfortunate because I feel like AM2R is better than Samus Returns.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the other thing is, do you think Nintendo would be happy to have a better fan-made game than their actual game? Like, Sega would put up with that. Nintendo, no way.
Oh, no. No,
Sega does what Nintendo don't.
Yeah.
Also fair.
Sega would just hire them.
Well, listen, Sega apparently looked at Mario Kart World, said, hold my beer, and like came out with a better Sonic racing game.
Sonic does rule. Just saying.
He also rolls around at the speed of sound.
Shows us where it all began.
We should probably move on. I got places to go. I got to follow my rainbow.
All right. Just keep on moving ahead. Man, I cut off the Simpsons quoting session so we can have a Sonic quoting session. This is a dire episode.
Speed of sound. The show is where it all began.
Okay, this show's canceled.
You know how I know you're
Willie,
gay? You listen to Coldplay.
Willie, open your heart. It's going to be all right.
No, my heart is open, but he wasn't doing Sonic. He was doing Coldplay.
Look, just open your eyes, look up to the skies and see that I'm just a poor boy. I don't need sympathy.
Easy come,
You're just
easy
saying
go.
words that are from things other than you.
I want that on a shirt. You're just saying words from things that are other than you. Dane, please make me that shirt, sir. I'll pay for it.
Oh, we are all
that was amazing. There was
very tired humans.
No coherent thread to those references whatsoever. You were just babbling, dude.
Well, I did the other day.
That was like watching a couple of sparks just kick a dog's leg up that's dead already.
I did the other day send to the chat, and I know not a single one of the three of you watched it, a live performance of Bohemian Rhapsody that was the lead singer of Ghost, some dudes that were like a choir, and then the guitar player from Opeth, and it was at some Queen 2025 thing. I don't know. Brian May was in the crowd because I saw him in his big lustrous hair, and they fucking killed it. So Bohemian Rhapsody's been on my mind. So that's where that came from. Mikolov, what have you been up to?
Too much. Oh,
I need to
actually take a breath before I start talking about it. I mean, I'm not gonna bore everybody with all the nonsense of my parents' house and having to empty it out before the closing, and just we're talking every day. And it's not just that. It's not just having to go to the house and get all the stuff out. It's paying to have the junkers get rid of all the furniture and finding out what to do with all the pictures. My mother's wedding dress. Coming to terms with the fact that the house is never been empty like it is now since the 1930s.
Wow.
And so there's just there's a lot physically, there's a lot emotionally, mentally going on there. At the same time, I just want it done and over with because I'm just so exhausted. Because on top of that, Kyle's during the phase of his life where he's starting to do things after school. So twice a week we have jujitsu. We recently found out that he has to have 2 baby teeth extracted, and then he has to have some crowns put in to keep some cavities from getting to his grown-up teeth, which are still in his gums. They haven't come out yet. So dentist appointment, then back to the pediatrician to get clearance. Now we have to go back to the dentist. So I almost did not make the episode, and I was messaging Dalton and Willie and Nate's in that group chat too. There was a very, very high chance I was not going to be here, and so as a result, I only played I don't know, 3 hours of Cult of the Lamb, 1 hour, which was like right before we started recording.
You made progress. You at least defeated a boss.
I at least defeated a boss. I got about as far as Cult of the Lamb as I did in Terraria that one time.
Hey.
So
though, so you have an issue where you got to go to the dentist to get teeth extracted. You got to go to jujitsu. I have an idea that might save you money on the dentist and on mouth guards.
Have someone at jujitsu kick my kid's teeth in?
I wasn't going to say kick. Jiu-jitsu is more about throwing and grappling. Just have him kind of give him a good twist.
The problem is my son is, for a 5-year-old, he already has the positions memorized.
That is pretty wild.
Yeah.
I guess that means he's taking a real interest in it, though. That's a good sign.
He's taking a real interest in it, and he's also, like, exceedingly smart and possibly has ADHD, which explains a whole lot.
Yeah.
Can I make a suggestion to you? And this is a serious suggestion.
Uh-huh.
Does he wear headgear?
No, he's not there yet.
Okay, so there's a dude I work with, Tony, who does jujitsu.
Yeah.
And that motherfucker is developing some pretty serious cauliflower ear on both of his ears.
Oh.
So I would just recommend, teaching your boy to maybe wear ear protection when things start getting rough.
Yeah, he's not at the rough point yet. He's just learning positions and techniques and all that, and it's nothing that he could apply to actual self-defense yet. It's just the basics of the basics.
Okay.
And that's when he can focus long enough to actually, like, do what he's told. So,
Lord, do I remember that. I flunked out of karate because I had the attention span not for karate. Let's put it that way.
I mean,
it's that scene from Karate Kid where he's teaching him to catch flies with the chopsticks, but you've just got the chopsticks in your nose.
Dude, I yawned one time, and the dude made me do like 50 push-ups for yawning.
yeah.
All right, that seems a little unnecessarily strict for a kid.
I mean,
Yeah, I was like 6.
Kyle had to do burpees the other day because he wouldn't stand by the wall like he was supposed to. He kept, like, rolling on the floor and, like, going to, like, hug the dummies and...
I get it. I had that same kind of energy. I see exactly what you mean.
Yeah, he's just he's a little piece of work. I love him dearly. So, but as a result of all this, like, crap that I've been going through as part of being an exhausted middle-aged man, I have not yet gotten my Away and Thor review out yet. It probably should have been out this week. I just haven't had the time to get through it. I finally finished testing today, but in finished testing, I started playing the 3DS remaster of the original Luigi's Mansion.
Mm.
And that kind of inspired me to see if I can get Luigi's Mansion 3 for the Switch running on this thing. Spoiler, I did. And because I played, like, the beginning of that game, and I'm like, holy crap, like, they really improved on the Luigi's Mansion formula, I guess I'll say, between 1 and 3. And I'm also just coming hot off the heels of My Friendly Neighborhood, which I enjoyed the hell out of. I now really want to play Luigi's Mansion 3.
From people I know who have played it, I've only heard the highest recommendations for it. Like, I've heard people that'll go to bat for that being their favorite Switch game. And when you think about the Switch's library, that system has a lot of all-time best game contestants.
So I do have a physical copy, so I could pop it into my Switch 2 anytime. I think I'd rather play it on that than emulate it. But just the fact that I could emulate it on the Thor was pretty impressive.
It's pretty neat.
I am so curious how you would react to playing Resident Evil 7 or 8, because those My Friendly Neighborhood played so much like Resident Evil 7. It baffled me how much that game was like Resident Evil.
See, and the thing go ahead, finish. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, maybe when we get to, if we ever get to it, just think of it with, they're just very realistic looking puppets. Because the game plays a lot alike.
See, it's more for a game like that. For, like, My Friendly Neighborhood, it was more about the exploration than it was the getting spooked and the survival. It was more about seeing, like, what was behind that door and what you can get to help yourself progress through this area. But also, like, and I know we talked about this on that episode, but also, like, figuring out the lore, finding, like, all the scripts, and looking at an area that used to be very active and populated, and now it's, you know, desolate and haunted, and you see the evidence of day-to-day human life in a past time. That's what fascinates me the most. So if
you're still describing Resident Evil 7,
I was gonna say, if RE is anything like that but with zombies, I probably could make my way through it. I made my way through Dino Crisis on the PS1 somehow.
I wouldn't, at this point in the series, they're not necessarily zombies. There are creatures, let's put it that way, that you have to deal with, and there are more scares, do not get me wrong. Yeah. The whole vibe of it's way creepier, but the overarching gameplay, very similar. Going through decrepit old house or the town in Resident Evil 8, instead of finding the old notes and stuff in 7, you find VHS tapes that you go back to a VCR and you watch them, and they fill you in on what the hell's been happening.
Gotcha.
I like VHS tapes. I liked when Poppy's Playtime did that.
Yeah, a lot of similarities is all I'm saying. Just the scare factor is turned up a lot more. That's all.
But even like Doom Eternal, that first level, when you're on Earth and you're seeing this destroyed Earth, it's the same vibe. You're seeing evidence of past civilization, and it's less about getting through the level and surviving, and more about just kind of stopping and looking around and seeing what this world was like before the Hellspawn came.
I'm glad you said that about Doom Eternal too, because I actually really enjoyed the Earth levels because I thought they did a good job of creating a believable, realistic near-future Earth.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, you gave me a chance to say something about Doom. So
you know, I'm glad I opened that window for you. So I don't know. I might be playing some Luigi's Mansion 3.
The devil closes the door, he opens a window for me.
I might be playing some Luigi's Mansion 3 in the near future. I remember beating the original on the GameCube and not really liking it, but I don't know. Just I'm getting the desire to want to go through a spooky setting again.
Well,
I feel like if I wanted to play a spooky dooky game for Halloween outside of the podcast, I definitely want to dig up another GameCube game, and that's Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem.
I've heard of that game.
Just with the I want to see how well it holds up on an emulator. Yes, it's the one with the sanity effects. Yeah. Yes, that's kind of the big thing it's known for, and it is the reason I want to play it, because that was really cool. Like, it's just, I don't know, it was neat. I liked how you had multiple protagonists through different time frames, and you kind of got lore as you went all around, learning about the different elder gods and all of that, but not learning too much because they're distant and scary. It's neat. It's very, very Lovecraft, like very much Lovecraft with a serial number filed off.
And speaking of spooky games to play for the Halloween season, at the end of this episode, I'm going to have a list of free spooky games that you can check out and play along with us as well. A little teaser. Hey.
We're releasing the list up front this year. I like that. So people can play along.
Yeah. I had that thought at work today, and I was like, yeah, let's do that.
It's a good thought.
And I can post the list as well in the Discord after the episode goes up. All right, so does that just leave me? Was there anything else you wanted to touch on?
No, I'm just, other than the fact that I'm very, very tired.
Yeah. All right.
I know you done been tired, but today you are tired. Like, this isn't just I'm a teacher tired. This is I've spent a week shoveling all the coal out of hell.
And by coal, you mean like old China from like the 19 whatevers.
Yeah. From
literally the last millennium.
Or old China? Are we talking Shu Dynasty?
Sure.
Nice. I'm glad that's the direction
I know that's a pun on like feudal China or whatever you want to call it, but I'm too tired to acknowledge it.
Dynasty Warriors.
You just picked a random dynasty from Chinese history this time. There was actually not much more to it than that one.
Yeah.
Yep. My brain did a scan of all the people I've played as in Dynasty Warriors and was like, Shu. I remember Shu. Okay, yes. And then there was the Wei.
I have 2 of those. Mm-hmm. They're typically at my feet.
See, that's probably where you thought this was going.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shu Wei and Wu were the main three, and then what's the one that forms later on that kind of ends up taking over for Wei?
I know there's the Yellow Turban Rebellion.
The Yellow Turbans are way up front.
Yeah. It's when...
I don't remember.
It's when Homeboy and Guan Yun... Or... I don't want to get the names wrong and offend people.
I just need to reread it. There's a lot of names.
Goddamn right there is. That's so much.
I mean, honestly, that book is a little bit like reading the Bible in terms of it just being, then this dude who you hadn't heard of yet comes in and he does this.
Yeah. So many names. The fact that like you'll get random generals in like Dynasty Warriors 9 and they'll have a name and then like a description of what they did in the story, and it's like, well, I thought this dude was a generated NPC. It's like, no, he was real.
No, there's just so many dudes in there that there really isn't a way that they could model every single guy. I mean, it's just they add a few more each time.
Yeah. So I'll keep mine short. I've been playing a lot of Pro Wrestling Sim. Still enjoying the shit out of that, even though it's all text-based. Don't care, really enjoying it. I'm using that as a way. I started a new save, and I am running STARDOM because I got a STARDOM World subscription, so I can start watching that and streaming it in the Discord. I'm sure for the people, the few of you who like to watch some wrestling with me. I've been really impressed with what I've seen of STARDOM on YouTube. In fact, I posted 3 matches in the Discord in the Joshi Journey channel that are the 3 that I want to show you guys at wrestling fans in the Discord, which I think is Willie, Dane, and Kana. Maybe Adam.
Is that really it? I thought there'd be a few more people.
I think that's it. Anyway,
I don't know how to check roles anymore, or at least I don't know how to check who has every role.
That's a good question. I know it's somewhere.
Oh, you also didn't do that in the Mi6 role select. You did that elsewhere, so I don't even know where to find the original post.
Yeah, I don't remember how to do Mi6 role select, so... Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't yelling at you. I'm just saying it isn't all collated in one place.
No. Yeah. I want to figure out how to do that and then the movie watchers and then sort it into there, but I'll figure that out off air. So there's 3 matches I really want to show you guys. 2 of them are Saya Kamatani versus Tam Nakano. Just fantastic fucking matches. And then one of them is Starlight Kid versus Natsupoi. And that one is literally just highlights. And one of the reasons I subscribed to Stardom World, because I want to watch that entire match. I don't want just the highlights. Like, that was a good ass match. So that's what I've been doing. What else have I been playing on Steam? Surely there's been something else. It's been very lately. I haven't wanted to dive because we've been doing weekly. Mm-hmm. I haven't felt like I should get invested in something. Yeah. So I've been playing Pro Wrestling Sim and I've been playing Skate. So not much to talk about with those really.
I mean, what can I tell you about all the times I've played Rogue and just got eaten by a griffin on the 18th floor or whatever?
Yeah, and it's like, how many times can I tell you, I did a kickflip, backflip over a massive gap, and it was cool. Like,
that being said, when you've taped some of those massive gap shots, those were pretty cool. Like, I've enjoyed seeing it land. It does look weighty.
Yeah, I do like sending my clips to you boys and being like, hey, check out this weird thing that I did.
Because, like, even though I don't play the game looks enough like skateboarding that I kind of like. It's not just Tony Hawk where the flips are all, just kind of canned animations like when old Madden players would run into each other or whatever. Yeah. It's like, actually you have to be doing something.
Surprisingly
like there's an element of balance and control.
I'm actually in between like brain dead games right now. Like all the games I want to play are either Subnautica, Pokemon Legends EA. What the heck else did we play recently that I still have to finish?
You finished Friendly Neighborhood, right?
I did finish Friendly Neighborhood. There was something else. No, not that we're playing for the show, but just something that I want to play is just... I started Trails in the Sky, the remake, and I ended up putting it down. I started Yakuza 0. I ended up putting it down. Like, I'm kind of game jumping, and I'm just making my backlog even bigger.
They released an update for Trails in the Sky that added a first-person mode.
Really?
Which I found interesting. Yeah.
That is very interesting. That doesn't seem like something I would want to do.
I think it's maybe just for like I would use it for taking pictures.
Okay, that's
like
fair.
if they're
Yes.
a pretty area, just take a screenshot without a still in the way.
That's very fair.
Or
that's
Yashua.
true. Man, I love those two characters so much, and I really got to play that.
They have so much personality, dude. I really enjoy the personalities in that game.
And the voice acting that's in this game kind of adds to that.
All right, well, boys, you about ready to talk about some lamb cults?
After that loud ass motorcycle.
Fuck yeah! Speed Racer is ready to talk about some lamb cults.
Jeez.
I cut that off on the way up too. That was only getting louder before I hit the mute button.
Wow.
All right, so
say, hey,
they don't have mufflers in Kentucky, man.
We're recording a podcast here.
dude, I saw a dude the other day. He had the jacked up truck. You know what I mean? His muffler was like the size of a basketball, and I was like, "What's the point? Like, that's still gonna be loud as shit. Why would you need?" But whatever. Redneck's gonna redneck.
Yeah, I mean,
a muffler is supposed to make the engine quieter.
Yeah, hence the name.
Muffler.
Unless you dust the roads and you're trying to keep your asshole from blowing out, so you put a couple tissue papers up in your undies, baby, and you call it your muffler.
Muffler?
I was hoping we could
barely even know her.
I love that Willie was going to complain about a bad joke, and then you hit him with a bad joke, and it just killed all his motivation to talk.
Willie version 1.1 shutting down. Done.
Willie.exe has stopped working.
While Willie is
I was fully prepared to start bitching, and I'm like, you know what? I can't decide who I'm mad at anymore. Myself, I think.
For agreeing to be on this show.
Which one of these motherfuckers do I want
this.
to direct my anger to? Who's got my enmity right now?
I need to learn how to do like a Terry Bogard blast knuckle type move that just blows up both of you. Power Geyser!
I mean, you could always just go full Rodney Dangerfield, just be like, I get no respect.
Oh, I like Rodney Dangerfield, man. Those jokes still hold up pretty well, I feel like.
They do.
Like, I was just watching some of his shit on YouTube recently, and I was like, yeah, this stuff is still pretty funny, actually.
Yeah, I've been watching...
A lot of it's, the wife jokes are kind of boomery, but, like, the rest of them, like, the doctor jokes always get me.
You wanna know a dead comedian whose humor still is very, very relevant today?
Mitch Hedberg. Oh. Carlin?
Mitch Hedberg is easily my most listened to comedian.
I was going to say George Carlin, but okay.
Yeah, I was thinking you were thinking Carlin, too.
Yeah.
Just because Carlin was saying stuff. Mitch Hedberg was telling jokes.
Carlin and Hicks, I think. Both of them. My favorite Dangerfield was, oh God, and I'll never do it justice, where he was like, I went to the doctor the other day, and I sat down and I told him, Doc, my wife won't make love to me with the light on anymore. She makes me do it from behind. She says that I'm too hard to look at. And the doctor goes, oh, that's terrible. Do me a favor. Lay on your stomach. She's like, so dumb. And like I said, I'm not going to do it justice because I am not Rodney Dangerfield, and I'm not on a gram and a half of coke at any given time.
Yeah. I still think his best performance was Caddyshack. You could fight me on that one. He was fantastic in that movie.
In my youth, Comedy Central used to play a movie he was in a lot, where he was going to college.
Yep. I think it's just called Back to School.
Yeah.
And he masters a dive that he calls the triple Lindy, where he hits like all 3 diving boards on the way down.
Yes, that big fat fuck doing that crazy dive. Yes, 100% that movie.
Yes.
I liked that movie a lot. Caddyshack is a better movie. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, I remember watching that a lot growing up.
Well, that's because Caddyshack is a full feature film, whereas Back to School is kind of a content delivery character for one comedian. You know what I mean? A lot of those didn't work at all. You're lucky when any of them were good, because sometimes you get the Adventures of Ford Fairlane.
Who? What?
That was Andrew Dice Clay's film.
Oh, I can only imagine.
You do not want to follow Andrew Dice Clay for an hour and 40 minutes of attempted humor.
Little boy Blue, he needed the money.
The nursery rhymes still are probably the ones that hold up the best. Because even when they're terrible, you just give them a real confident when it becomes funny at its own expense. Yeah, it's hard to explain.
Jack and Jill went up the hill, both with $1.25. Jill came down with $2.50. Oh,
You gotta add the O at the end.
Yeah, you
got it. Very
important. Or boom.
And speaking of, how about some obligatory Wikipedia bullshit?
Wow, that was a good transition. I've been over here shit-talking this podcast for a while. That one was good. That was pro.
Prolapse. Cult of the Lamb is a 2022 roguelike video game developed by Australian studio Massive Monster, which makes sense because Australia is full of massive monsters. And published by Devolver Digital.
Prolapsed anything is probably a massive monster.
I would agree. The game was released on the 11th of August in 2022 for macOS, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Windows, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S. The game follows a lamb who is saved by death by a godlike stranger called the One Who Waits, and must repay their debt by creating a loyal cult in its name. Cult of the Lamb received generally positive reviews from critics upon release, with praise directed towards its gameplay and replay value. It received 3 nominations at the 19th British Academy Games Awards, including Best Game. Fun fact that year, Prince Andrew's favorite game, Pants Off Dance Off. Zing!
Oh boy.
Willie, you did not pick this game. Mikolov, why did you pick this game? What made you pick this game, my good sir?
It's been in my backlog for a while. I figured this was a good time to try and attempt to play it. You know me, I don't like the terribly, terribly spooky games, and this seemed to be like just spooky enough. I figured maybe I would lightning would strike twice. Where last year I picked Dungeon Munchies, and that turned out to be a unusually gruesome type of game, and actually got kind of horrific. Sure. I don't know if that happened in Cult of the Lamb. There's definitely a lot of blood and, scary imagery, I guess I'll call it. Definitely some spooky vibes. I don't know. This game just it seemed like it was gonna strike a balance between scary and cute, and I figured this would be a good time to give it a shot.
Now, you are also a fellow South Park fan. This game to me screams the Satanic Animal Friends.
Yes.
That was the vibe it gave me too.
The woodland creatures.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the Satanic woodland creatures. Hail Satan! We're gonna have a blood orgy.
He's raping me! He's raping me!
It's so fucked up.
Oh man.
That's what this game, the vibe that this game gave me. Okay, but I can see like why you would pick this though. It has a spooky element. Cults are spooky inherently.
Right.
So, what was your first impressions going in? I know you didn't get to play a lot. Spoiler, I played the most of this. But I'm still curious what you guys thought, like first loading it up, especially since you played it on Switch.
I mean, it plays fine on Switch 2. It plays just as well on Switch 2 as it would on a computer. I actually do own it both on Switch and on Steam, but the Switch is the version where I have all the DLC. I didn't really see the DLC come into play, unfortunately, during my time. But just, I got Dead, and this is literally a first impression because this was just my first run of the very first dungeon. It felt like if Hades and Dead Cells had a very, very cute baby via bestiality.
Fair. I've never played Dead Cells, but I have played Hades, so I can get that reference for sure.
Well, so Hades, there are like the random aspects of the power-ups and everything. But Dead Cells, the randomness comes in the weapons you find as you progress through the level. So I found the random weapon progression more akin to Dead Cells, but the isometric view and the dodging mechanic and the abilities closer to Hades.
I would say all that I would agree with, except I mean, I would even, like the fact that like a lot of times 2 weapons pop up and you can pick one or the other or just recycle them and keep on going. That's very similar to a Dead Cells mechanic. And I'm sure it's probably been in other games that have random weapon picking. Like someone's probably going to tell me that Binding of Isaac had it in like 1922.
Probably. I've never, I can't get into Binding of Isaac. I don't know why.
I could tell you I can't either. And it's entirely due to the aesthetics.
Yeah. I think it's the aesthetics and the Robotron-esque gameplay, but with, like, a baby's tears.
I like Robotron-esque gameplay. Like, I liked Nuclear Throne. I liked what I played of Enter the Gungeon. Like, that's not bad in of itself.
Huh.
Yeah, shout out Rami, man. Nuclear Throne is amazing.
I will always remember that moment where I was telling you I was watching Dropped Frames, and I was like, yeah, they had Rami on, and you just made this face, you go, Rami Ishmael? And I was like, yeah. And you were like, what the fuck? He made Nuclear Throne. I'm like, yeah. He shows up on Drop Frames all the time. Usually to tell them how shitty the current world of gaming is.
There's a lot of bad and scary news. And I know that guy definitely is one of those guys who's a big advocate for indie devs. So, like, I remember when I was still on Twitter, I would always see his name show up on Twitter after big firings being like, hire this guy. I know what he's made, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Just trying to signal boost devs he really believed in.
He's a very cool dude, very smart.
I would wholeheartedly argue that indies devs are doing much better at coming out with games than AAA devs are.
Yeah, but the problem is when a AAA company acquires an indie studio and then ends up releasing everyone like 3 months later. Turn into a 30-person studio.
And unfortunately... that is a thing that happens, and video game industry is pretty fucked right now. And who is it that suffers the most? It's us.
I'm sorry. Speaking of the gaming industry, I meant to bring this up earlier because this was like a major thing. The console war is over, dog. They're doing a Halo 1 remaster, and that motherfucker's coming out for PlayStation 5.
What?
They are. I heard about that.
PlayStation 5 is getting a video game?
PlayStation 5 is getting an Xbox game.
It's getting a Halo game. Like that.
Yeah.
Not only is it getting a video game, it's getting the video game.
That's pretty crazy, actually.
Microsoft's marketing has been very different.
Dude,
I've noticed that the Game Pass is back on the stumble too, which is not great.
Yeah, that price hike had a lot of people pissed off, and their new handheld is getting a lot of shit for the poor timing.
Yeah, but specifically not just the price hike, but I feel like they've re-tiered it too, so where like what was the $10 tier is more like the $18 now, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I heard about the whole re-tiering thing, and unfortunately, I'm a sucker, and I'll just continue to pay them.
They kept the PC Game Pass the same, but I think they've raised it by like $2.
No, they didn't just keep it the same. I think they took a bunch of games off of the baseline PC one and moved it so where newer games only show up on like a higher tier.
Premium, I think they call it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. What I was reading, like, it said that they didn't change PC much, but I mean, who the fuck knows? I don't have Game Pass anymore, so.
See, here's if I may rant very briefly, because we seem to already be off the rails.
You may.
Yep.
I am sick and tired of these companies blaming market conditions for these price hikes. I understand for hardware, because now you're paying tariffs on parts that you are sourcing from China. Okay, understandable. You need to raise the cost of the hardware a little bit because of market conditions, quote unquote. Game Pass has nothing to do with hardware. Game Pass is all software based. You cannot have an Xbox and still have a Game Pass subscription and play all your shit on the cloud. They didn't need to do it. They did not need to blame market conditions for that price hike. Just say, we think that this is worth this much money, so we're going to raise the price, and you can't do a damn thing about it. Just come out and say it.
I think if they would have been like, hey, we're giving more money to the devs, because right now, when a game gets put on Game Pass, they're just sold this is just going to get your game seen by a lot of people. And then you just have to hope that those people will also buy that game. So
right.
It's nice of them to pay tiny studios like Bethesda in exposure.
Yeah.
Those guys could really use the visibility now.
I love that Bethesda fucking Fallout Day had the perfect opportunity to be like, yo, we're remastering Fallout 3. Or yo, we're doing Fallout New Vegas remastered. What did they do? Hey, we're releasing Fallout 4 remastered.
On Switch 2.
Yeah, good for Switch 2.
Was that sarcasm?
Yes, it was. Because for fuck's sake, Fallout 4 already looks decent. They've already released HD graphics packs that weren't as good as mods. Let's put it this way.
I think they should release Skyrim again. I think that'll make everything right.
That was going to be what I said. I was going to say this is getting to the point where Fallout 4 is going to be another Skyrim. I guarantee it.
Whatever happened to Elder Scrolls 6? That was announced a while back.
It's a good question. They announced
as
that.
Far as I know, we have seen nothing.
Didn't they announce that in 2019, 18, something like that?
Yeah.
It just showed it a thing, and it's been like.
It's 2025.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I'm pretty sure all we've seen to this date is some swelling music, a little bit of a landscape, and the words Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah, which was enough to make me jizz at the time, but now I'm very annoyed.
I mean, look how long Metroid Prime 4 took. And we're just now getting it this December because they literally had to scrap the game, fire their developers, hire new developers, and rebuild the game from the ground up. Because it did not, quote-unquote, meet their standards.
Still, I believe that they will actually get a good game out. It's not going to be Daikatana. It's going to be at least a Metroid game. And, you know, for what it's worth, Silksong, it wasn't officially delayed so much as they basically disappeared on us and then came back 10 years later with a perfect game.
That's true.
Who knows?
I have hopes that Elder Scrolls 6 will be the perfect Elder Scrolls, but, you know, we'll see.
I really think that the launch of Starfield has damaged my expectations for what a Bethesda game is going to be at launch. Just because I think I am now hitting that saturation point with the Bethesda game mechanics that a lot of people have with like Ubisoft open world games, where they're like, okay, it's another Ubisoft open world game. I don't care.
But here's the thing, though. The thing with their Elder Scrolls stuff is that they make the world interesting to explore. Starfield did not have that.
As long as there's like, even if it's just like cool lore books and fun towns to go around in and stuff, like I do like just walking around in Skyrim. So,
and it's like,
you know, just don't screw that up.
And I know this is a different company and a different game completely, but like when Light No Fire comes out, I'm excited to explore that with you guys because it's one giant planet. So there's no telling what we're going to see instead of, you know, oh, we have a massive universe to explore. No, this is all one planet-sized planet. And
you know what I got to say about Sean Murray too is the fact that we are 0 for 1 on his games coming out looking anything like they were promised, and yet I guarantee every single one of us expects Light No Fire to be pretty much what they called it at release. Like, we don't think they're going to skip corners. We don't think they're going to rush the game. We think when it comes out, it's going to be what they said it is because they've started keeping their promises.
And then they will continue to support it and update it for years.
And even if this time they sell it with DLC and stuff because they don't need to apologize for a bad launch anymore, I would still be fine with that because I have that much goodwill from me for how they supported No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky got a new update last week.
Another one?
Every time I say we should install it again,
don't
there's
tell
a major
me
update.
There's another
Something else
expedition.
happens.
There is a new expedition, yeah.
Motherfucker.
You're so boned, dude.
They like added new ship parts, and like now you can build your ship vertically as well as upward.
Did they at least release the update for Switch at the same time as PC?
That I don't know.
Damn it, because we just got... I'm tired.
It feels like the Corvettes update was like 2 weeks ago.
I'm tired, boss.
I'm tired, boss. I'm tired.
Well, so I guess we should probably move on to the rest of the first impressions. That kind of was a long diversion.
I finished my first impressions a while ago. I don't know what the fuck happened.
So, Willie, what about you?
I picked up the football from something you said, and then it just kept getting run down the field, and now it's in Alaska somewhere.
Schoolyard bullshit.
It's cold here.
What up?
Yeah.
What was your
it's
first
cold
impression?
and I'm scared. So I want to say this. I didn't have them completely confused, but I didn't completely know what the difference between Cult of the Lamb and Night in the Woods was. Because both of them they have kind of like spooky world aesthetics with really flat colored animal characters, cartoons. They're like kind of cute and stuff, right?
I believe Night in the Woods is more of a point and click game.
I think it is too, yes. Yeah. But I completely didn't know what to expect this game's actual gameplay loop was. So I was actually a little surprised when I found out it was a roguelite action game with a huge base builder sub-game.
That's actually a really good way of describing it.
Like, the thing that I found most surprising is the moment I started base building, I'm like, oh, I know that they're just going to gloss over this and it's going to be like 10% of the game, but I hope it develops. And the more I played, the more I'm like, I'm really getting into the base building and how decisions you make managing your cult affect your powers when you're playing the roguelite elements of the game. Like, that immediately sparked me as going, okay, this progression is really good.
Yeah.
I was also really caught up by how it seemed like a run only takes like 15, 20 minutes. So you can get in, get out, get upgraded. And it's like Hades where you can play it in bite-sized chunks.
Yeah, it got to the point where I was getting pretty efficient. My runs were like 7 to 8 minutes. Just running and
when I say 20 minutes, I mean, I was poking around at stuff, slashing every little bit of grass and terrain and all that, just trying to make sure I didn't miss a bone or a meat.
But no, the town mechanic is very much like 50% of this game. So you're doing stuff in the town to help benefit you in your roguelite runs. But everything you do in your roguelite runs is to acquire things to bring back and help you build your town up more, get more followers, get your divine inspiration and all of that. So yeah, it's a very 50-50. I'm very glad that they didn't just, oh, you can also build this town if you want. It's like, no, you need to do this shit.
I feel like the systems integrated into themselves really well and in a way that was immediately appreciable. Yep. Like, you got the impression, okay, I'm going into the woods to indoctrinate new followers, to destroy heretics, and to bring back, stuff that I can build stuff in the woods or in the town. Because the town is where your cult village basically is. And your goal is to kind of get them self-sufficient, but also providing like religious power so you can free the one who watches, is I believe his name?
Yeah,
the one who waits. The one who waits.
Yeah.
The one who waits, yeah. So the one who waits is like the main basically your boss. He's the guy that saved you from being sacrificed in the opening cutscene. And then you're up against the 4 bishops and their boss. And the 4 bishops are just kind of like, if you remember how in Rogue Legacy, every biome had its own boss at the head, it's kind of like that, where you can go to you pick an area at the start of the run, and then you're the enemy set, the hazards and all that, and the boss fight are all going to be based on the bishop you've chosen to go after.
Let me quickly say that my first impressions are basically a combination of these two gentlemen, so I won't bore you guys with it. That and everything in this game is super cute, and I loved it. This is Kawaii of the Lamb.
Gore effects are cute. Kawaii of the Lamb. Even like gore effects are super cute. Like when you see like the lamb's eyes bleed when it acquires a new power, even that's somehow cute.
Yeah. The areas are, the first area you go through is Darkwood.
It's a wood and it's dark.
The second place is Anura. Then you go through Anchor Deep and then the Silk Cradle. The Darkwoods boss is Leshy. Who has had his eyes removed, so he's see no evil. Then there is Hecate in Anura, and I believe Hecate is speak no evil. I think his mouth is fucked up, if I remember correctly. Anchor Deep is Calamar, who is a calamari. He's a big squid guy who has had his ears cut off. He is hear no evil. And then in the final area, Silk Cradle, you have Shamura, who is like this spider creature, and she has had her head split open, and it is think no evil.
Damn. I actually didn't catch that they had like signature mutilations. Like that's cool. 'Cause I've only seen the other ones when they show up in council to all shit talk together. Otherwise, Leshy's been the main one that's come up to say stuff to me so far.
I do like when they all show up and they're just basically like, "Fuck you, little lamb."
Yeah. Yeah, they go out of their way to call him a lamb.
They're very bad guy from a video game coded is the best way I can. They like taunt you like a Power Rangers villain.
Kinda, yeah.
But
I think it's great too.
But yeah, the core loop of this game is you go through the area, you try to gather resources and kill enemies. And there are different aspects to it. Like you end up coming across Klonik, who is a tarot card dealer type guy, and he is basically you can get little upgrades and stuff through him by choosing between one of 2 tarot cards. And then you encounter other people along the way, like there's the guy who teaches you how to fish.
That's right, fishing's in the game, baby.
Yeah, there's some fishing. There's some gambling where you meet the mushroom dude made of gold. No, I'm sorry, excuse me. The mushroom guy introduces you to mushrooms, which you can use to give to your followers to make them hallucinate. And then it's kind of like Charlie Manson, load them up with LSD and then hit them with your sermons and shit. It's the same vibe, but you're giving them mushrooms. and then they just like gain devotion quicker for that period of time.
There is gambling though. There was the guy that you play dice with at least. It starts off as like
Knucklebones.
Oh yeah,
yes,
Knucklebones. I played that.
Knucklebones seemed kind of fun. I didn't feel like I completely got the hang of it, but I was still enjoying it.
Oh,
you know,
no,
once I figured it out, I was like, "Oh hell yeah, let's get this shit."
It's very fun.
You will, in each area, you will encounter a new person that will show up there for you to go and play in Knucklebones.
Oh hooray! I'm like going to a new area on my next run, so I'm happy to see that.
There's a dude that you go and they're like, everyone's made of gold, and they all laugh at you about gold, and you can gamble on stuff there. And then there's another area where the guy, so when you go through and you beat a boss, like Mikolov you did before we started, when you beat Leshy, next time you go through, where Leshy was, you will find Witness Agaris, right?
That's right.
And once you beat them, you get like this weird eyeball thing. And then you end up meeting an NPC that you give to him. You give him that, and it unlocks something for you. And it's another, like, where you have 4 that you get. There's a lot of 4s in this game. But then your basic mechanics are go in, kick ass, get your stuff, come back to your followers. You need to feed your followers. You need to clean up their poo until you get further enough along in the divine inspiration tree that you can build outhouses, and then you can build a janitor's room. There are ways that you can eventually make your cult self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Right? Where you only have to pop in and do certain things, and then you can focus on going and kicking ass. But that takes time, and that takes dedication. And I played the fuck out of this game for 3 to 4 days in a row, and just beat the shit out of it. But yeah, is there any questions you guys have, things that maybe you're curious that you haven't seen yet? Because I don't know 100% what to talk about, like, because a lot of this game is just go do a run and see how well you do.
I guess we could discuss some of the basic just like mechanics and what makes this game feel a little different from other games of a similar genre. Like, you guys both pointed out when you said it was like Hades. I think it's especially like Hades in terms of you have an invincible dodge that is going to be one of your primary defense mechanisms.
Yes.
And there's also randomly changing weapons in the course of a game. Like, you don't know what sword you're going to start off with, if it's going to be a sword, a claw, an axe, or whatever, and they each have different properties. So
until...
Oh, I'm sure there's something you can get to make it...
There is
so you can pick.
One thing that I found, and it's an outfit that you get, and it makes it where you start with a blunderbuss every time, because eventually you unlock a blunderbuss.
That sounds useful.
It's all right. I didn't get the hang. I like my big axe or my quick sword.
I was going to say,
I
I find the axe or the sword to be the best way to actually deal damage.
The axe is great for total DPS, but man, I take too many dumb risks with that thing. The sword, I was like, choppy, 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 have a good time.
That's true. And if you get like a dagger, I think the dagger is like a really fast weapon. It's got
it's very... If you have the dagger, a vampiric dagger can save you. Ooh. Like, it really, really can. So there are also curses that you can get, which are just basically like your offhand move. Also, I learned about 2/3 of the way through the game that there's a heavy attack.
What?
Huh.
Didn't realize that. Yeah, R1.
God damn it.
Oh.
R1 does a heavy attack type thing. Like, so with the axe, so you're eventually going to come across enemies that have a fucking shield, like a literal shield. And whacking them does very little damage. You have to hit them with a heavy attack. So I know with the axe, you throw it, and it boomerangs out in front of you, and then hits it, and then comes back to you. And that'll break their shield, and then you can kill them.
Damn it, that would have come in handy while I was fighting Leshy.
Yeah.
Hey, you did good. You beat Leshy's ass.
I did beat Leshy's ass.
Yeah, that was a pretty good fight, man.
I could have beat Leshy's ass from a distance.
Well, your heavy attack uses the same bar as your curses. So... you are still limited in how many times you can use those before building them back up. But yes, you can still chuck your axe, and it's glorious.
Nice.
Curses to me so far have been a lot like basic magic in Hades too, where I've really got very little use out of it.
I barely use curses.
You don't seem to get enough supply for how much effect you get.
Yeah, the only curses that I would use is there's like a couple that are projectiles. But like the one that Mikolov had when we were watching him, the ink spill that poisons enemies or whatever, I didn't fuck with that.
No, I felt too vulnerable whenever I tried to use it because I always got hit.
Right. There were a lot of them that required you to really aim them carefully.
And you have very little health in this game. Like, there's no number next to your hearts. Like, it's literally you have 3 hearts, maybe 4.
Well, eventually you get a little more.
I was saying it feels like we were picking up health pretty quickly, but yeah, you're very fragile in the very beginning.
Yeah, 100%. And the basic gist of the game is that you want to get as many followers as possible, so that way you can get as much divine inspiration as possible, and make your way through, defeat the bosses, and then when you get to the end, and you've defeated the 4 big bads, you get called to go stand in front of the one who waits, and he asks you, so it pulls up all of your, so I had like 20 something cult members at the end, like 27 I think, and it shows all your cult members in cages hung up around the room, and he basically says, do you bow to me or no? So I chose no and went the JRPG route and killed God.
Nice.
Kind of thought that might be an option. Yeah.
And when I beat him, it was like, congratulations, all your base are belong to us, you beat the game. And the credits rolled, and then it popped me back to where I could just keep playing the game if I wanted. So apparently there's more runs to do and things like that. So there is more to this game. It's got replayability for sure. But as far as like story goes, it's shallow. There's a story there, but it's not going to make you be like, God damn, the storytelling in this game. No, it's not one of those.
I think it's more the gameplay loop
than
the
100%.
actual story. The story is just there to motivate, but I think the real joy in this game is through the base building and the fighting in between. And even that fighting is more resource gathering than anything else. Yeah.
Yeah. And in your little church steeple, what's the word I'm looking for? The place where you would basically, where you go and you do your sermons and everything, your chapel.
The altar.
The altar and the chapel, yeah. So there you have the choice of, there's upgrades you can do in there, and then that's where you deliver your sermons every day. And then that's where Speed Racer comes through and it's like, so
now if you end up cutting that sound out, you're gonna look really foolish.
Oh, you think I'm gonna take the time to find that sound and cut it out? No,
no, it's like a minute and 33 in. I mean, an hour.
A minute, yeah. We've only been doing this for a minute and 33 seconds.
I'm in the time void, dude.
I mean, that's the amount of time I've been conscious.
But
you're not playing it up. I can definitely tell that you are the classic school maneuver of trying to nap between important sentences.
That's why I'm trying to like get the important stuff out that I remember, so we can get Mikkel off to bed. You could also do rituals, which eventually you unlock a sin mechanic. It's like another dude that shows up who isn't the one who waits, and he's like, "Hey,
that's the one who chills.
Want to bite this apple?" No, he doesn't say that, but it's basically the vibe where he's like, "Let's introduce your people to sin." So you get a ritual that allows basically you light a big fire and all your fucking followers dance around it naked. They have little maple leaves covering their Johnsons, but like
their animal fur. I remind you that they are all quadrupedal or bipedal animals.
Yes. Well, they're
like kangaroos and shit.
They have little leaves that cover their animal giblets, and they dance around the fire, and you're supposed to pick the one that you like the best, and then it gives them some sort of inspiration type thing. But then they're all just naked for a few days and refuse to work, if I remember correctly. It's just like some of the rituals that you do can like let them have 3 days of just, or like a day of just chilling, and it helps restore their faith in you and things like that. But when you unlock sin, you can build a bar, and they'll get drunk and start being little heathens. And that's when you can build the prison thing. So if like one of them tries to revolt, you can throw them in the shackles and show them what's up.
I was wondering what the prison was for. Yeah. I saw that in the blueprints.
Shun the non-believer.
It shows up very, very early in the technology tree for buildings.
Yeah, I did not purchase that and set it up until I had a quest come up that was like, accept a non-believer into the cult and convert them or whatever it was, you know. That was something else I was going with that. There's like morgues that you build because your followers die. You have to keep them fed.
You can sacrifice them.
You can sacrifice them. Yes, I had one guy join my cult, and about 3 days after he did, he was like, "I've done all I can for you, sir. Sacrifice me so I can, give my life for you." It's very interesting. Very, very interesting. But yeah, this is just
Your followers make some strange fucking demands.
Yeah, one of my followers wanted to eat a bowl of poop.
Yup. I have seen that one as well.
One of my followers wanted to eat a meal made of a dead follower.
Oh, wow. I have not seen that one. That's crazy.
Yeah.
The side quests are a little bizarre in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think it's trying to get the point across that people who join cults aren't mentally fucking stable.
Uh-huh.
And the cats that join cults are way worse.
I mean, you have to keep in mind, like, this is basically like the, somebody give me the name of, like, a famous cult.
Heaven's Gate.
Alright, this is basically the Heaven's Gate version of Animal Farm.
Thought you were going to say Animal Crossing there, not Animal Farm. Very different result of that sentence.
This is like Stardew Valley meets Haley's Bop Comet.
Haley's Bop Comet. Oh, that's... What you've done there is very cute, and someone is going to laugh at you on the Discord. Unless that was intentional, in which case that's a good joke.
I just say shit.
That's what, like you said, the T-shirt says.
Yep. Yeah, don't even remember what that was today, and I hope you wrote it down.
Something like, you're just putting together words that someone else done said. Something ridiculous
Something like that. Words and things and stuff.
Yeah.
God, I can't think of anything else that I want to touch on with this game. It's really good. This is a fantastic game.
That's the problem. I'm having a lot of trouble saying a lot of stuff about it because I think this game is way more self-explanatory than I expected. It is, at its heart, very video gamey.
Yeah, this is a video game, yeah.
If you've played a video game with, like, progression, you understand the concept of there are 4 levels. I don't have to tell you what that means.
Yeah. So I think, Mikolov, good pick, man.
Yeah, I feel like this month has been just a freaking banger month for Halloween-themed games or games that are meant to invoke fear, but actually every game this month,
there's pleasantness to it.
Yeah, we've just enjoyed ourselves.
And I see myself coming back to Cult of the Lamb and Subnautica, and if I have time, Friendly Neighborhood, but I suspect it's going to be one of those ones where I lose track of what I was doing when I put it down.
Well, Friendly Neighborhood to me feels like a one and done.
Yeah, but I didn't quite win. Yeah, I was like
whereas
close to the end.
Subnautica and Cult of the Lamb, like you can enjoy several different runs of that game, and no one run is going to be the same. And
I'm really hoping that Cult of the Lamb has like how Hades has the heat gauge after you've cleared the final boss for the first time, and so it gives you more replay so you can continue adding challenge and just playing the game if you're liking it. Like, I hope it does that.
Well, I can tell you that each area has a second, like Darkwood 2, Anura 2. Okay. And then I'm also looking at some hidden bosses.
Interesting. Okay, so there is more content than just play through the game straight.
Yeah, looks like it. Like it. Many of the mini-bosses of each biome appear to be named after demons from the Ars Goetia.
That's cool.
That's a classic naming resource.
All right, then. I guess we ready for some... Oh, wait, Mick.
I was just going to say, did I nod off during ratings?
No, we haven't done that yet.
No, we haven't got there yet.
Okay.
So you picked it, so let's start off with you. What would you rate? I know you hadn't played a ton of it, but what would you rate this for the time you've given?
I mean, I'd rate it a solid 7 out of 10, but that is contingent on me beating the game. That rating is solely based on the fun factor of the gameplay loop that I have experienced thus far.
Okay. Wilhelm, what about you?
You know, I don't know if the base gameplay is necessarily the single best action roguelite with dodge rolling I've ever played, but it's compelling enough, and I love the way it interacts the roguelite loop with the base building loop. Like, I know I've hammered on that a few times, but it's because this game isn't just someone mashing 2 disparate genres together. Both of them feed each other in a yin-yang type of way that I think is really cool. I'm go ahead and give it a 8 golden poops out of 10 normal poops.
Oh, the poops.
The poops.
The poops.
You guys gotten the ghost poops or the rainbow poops yet?
Nope, I've only seen gold and normal.
Ah, that reminds me. Real quick, Mikolov, whenever you do the blood moon dance,
yeah,
it's gonna make everything spooky for 3 days. There are going to be ghosts wandering around your camp.
Okay.
Run up to them and interact with them. You'll pull out a little book. They'll get sucked into the book, and you will get a blueprint from it.
Nice. Okay.
So remember that.
I have to get pumpkins first, but okay.
Yes. Okay. This game hit me in a way I did not expect it to.
Yeah, you were grinding on this one, man.
I typically don't like games like this, or I do, but like they're one that I'll play for, a couple hours here and there, but I'm not like dedicated to them. Now, granted, I wanted to do this for the show, but man, this is a good fucking game. I beat it. I may replay it at some point, or at least go through and see the other, the other bosses. I didn't see any of the second levels or the second areas, other than like when I would go in and do the witness versions. But like after I've beat the game, I'm sure there's something I haven't seen yet. I only give it a slight deduction for slight repetitiveness in the going in and doing battles areas, because a lot of the enemies, once you do the areas a bunch, you learn the enemies' mechanics, it kind of just becomes like, all right, I need to kill them as quick as possible. You're not really learning them anymore. That being said, I'm only deducting a 0.5 for that. I'm giving this game a 9.5.
Wow.
Holy shit. All right.
So I'm going to give this 9.5 colts out of 10 lambs. This game is fucking good. I really, really, really enjoyed it.
So what you did for me with My Friendly Neighborhood, I did for you with Cult of the Lamb.
Yes.
Wow.
And then everyone kind of enjoyed Subnautica, so I'm happy with that.
What a month. Wow.
It's been a good one.
Wow.
It's been a good month.
Has there ever been a Spooktober where all 3 games are potential contenders for Steamy Award winners?
No, I would say more than half of the games we play for Spooktober do not even come up in the consideration most of the time. Like, I will forget that I played them almost immediately afterward. I forgot that we've done 2 different monster cooking games for the show already.
Wow.
Now, Mikolov, because you are so tired, we have one question, but I'm going to save it for the freebies episode.
Okay. Thank you.
So, Dane, do not let me forget your zombie apocalypse scenario, because those are always a good time.
It's one of those. I feel like that'd be perfect for an episode that's coming out on Halloween, potentially, maybe.
Yeah. So, Speaking of, I have a list here, gentlemen. A list of games. And these are the games that we are going to be playing for freebies on Halloween. I am going to post this in the Discord. So I will be plugging the Discord later, but I'll go ahead and say it now. bit.ly/TSMP Discord, all capital letters. Come join. I will be posting this. And if anybody wants to play along, these games are all free on itch.io. I did look on, I think Bloody Hell that Nate brought up as Steam. Yes. But I think the rest of them are all itch.io. So let's start with the one that Nate suggested.
1 or 2 of them, I think we also have a commercial remake that came out later, kind of like I'm Scared.exe did. But we're probably going to be playing one of the itch.io versions.
Nate, I don't know if he'll be joining us. Probably not. He's a very busy man at the moment.
Yep. Lots of busy going on around lately.
There is, man. He recommended a game called Bloody Hell. So that was Nate's contribution to Spooktober. Mikolov recommended 2 games. Pumpkin Cafe and Let's Watch Steamboat Willie, which I'm very intrigued because...
Yeah, the styles and just looking at the itch.io freaking front page screenshot thumbnail thing for both of them made me go, yep, this could be interesting.
Willie's picks, which were really... I was told to shift them over to... Well, I did get your approval. There
was at least one that you asked me about, and I said, yeah, go ahead and make that one mine, because I'm not going to pick anything better. I just couldn't think of anything this year, and I didn't really want to go fishing.
So, Willie's picks are Baldi's Basics in Education and Mr. Tomatoes. 2 very similar style games. I figured that they fit.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
And then...
Man, that name... I just had stewed tomatoes 2 days ago, and I've been craving it ever since.
I love tomatoes, bro. They're just good. I used to hated them as a kid.
Maybe I'll eat some
Love
pizza
them now.
later.
I have pizza. Oh, yeah, I have pizza in my fridge.
That's a good idea, man.
And the games that I chose, Mikolov, I'm going to apologize ahead of time for 2 of them.
Oh, no.
The first one is called One Halloween Night.
Is that related to One Saturday Morning from the Disney Channel?
5 hours of summer. No.
Yeah.
One Halloween Night is about experiencing a home invasion on Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
And then I chose They Are Here, which is an alien abduction game. It's like the first chapter of it is free.
Okay.
And then I went a little easy on you. I was like, okay, I picked 2 that look relatively spooky. They might end up being shit. It happens. It happens a lot with these freebie games, but the one that
just so many of them are indie dev experiments that, you know, they're just learning to put stuff together. And
yeah.
Even then, I'm still happy people are making games.
Well, the one that I chose that is me going easy on Mikolov is called Nightmare Kart.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe it's actually just like it plays like a kart racer with horror themes. So, yeah, see, you were making a face. Mikolov, like, oh, you're going easy on me. Okay, he's going to throw out something extremely No, I did actually go easy on you. Nightmare Kart.
Thanks for
Do some racing.
appealing to my sick stomach. They can't handle this holiday.
You're welcome. I don't think any of the games I chose were gory. So, there is that. So, I can't wait for Let's Watch Steamboat Willie to be the scariest fucking thing, and you picked it. Like
That would be hilarious.
That's just a title with so much potential.
It screams ARPG, like analog horror, weird shit. Like, yeah, it's just it's gonna be fun. So those are the games. There will be a list with all the links to them. I will post in the Discord. I might actually just post the links to all of them now that I'm thinking about it. That may probably be easy. Anyway, regardless, let's do some house cleaning and get up out of here. Mikolov, go ahead and plug your stuff while I'm pulling it up.
Team Retrogue on YouTube, 50 subs to 5K, so please sub if you haven't already. And shout out to Dane and Jeff's Media Dump, because Jeff is going to be watching 5 episodes of South Park at some point in the future.
No, he's not. You are. I know you're pushing hard for this, dog. I swear to you, if you picked any other hill, I would tell you, yeah, die on it. But that ain't. I'm telling you, getting Jeff to watch South Park is not going to happen.
I offered him money.
I know.
Actual money to freaking
You were
watch
like,
these episodes.
Anything on your Steam wish list. And he's just like, meh.
Like, wow, dude.
I don't think you understand the level of petty that Jeff can stoop to just to on his principle.
Yeah, he makes up his mind about things before he even knows he's making a decision yet, and then he is stuck, dude. That is just the Jeff life, dude.
Yeah.
You might as well try to tell him that Wind Waker is good.
I was gonna say, get him to play Yakuza. That'll be the real challenge. And
it's a struggle, but I think it's doable.
He even knows, and he's laughing right now. Listen to this. He even knows that he would probably fucking love Yakuza. Will not play it out of spite.
That's our duck, dude.
That's our grumpy duck.
Hey, Jeff.
Thanks
for agreeing to watch 5 episodes of South Park. That was really generous of you.
I'm just getting a move to full gaslighting. I like it.
Oh, man. All right.
If I tell everybody that he said yes, then he has no choice.
It's just coming. Your idea is consensus democracy.
Well, see, once you got to convince Dane, too. Dane's caveat was he will only watch South Park episodes that include Mr. Hanky.
I think Mr. Hanky's in this 5-parter.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I think he showed up during the 3-parter they did about the Imagination Land.
Yeah.
And
he
that
did.
whole...
Oh, God. That was such a freaking good episode.
The War of the Gods, and Kenny's controlling it by playing a PSP.
I'm pretty sure, like, a couple episodes before, they had started the joke of you, like, emptying your bowels when you die.
Oh, yes. Okay, I know what part you're talking about now.
And then that joke, like, happened in that episode, and then, like, they didn't do it for a few episodes, and everybody forgot about it, and then they just threw it out one day. Like, on a completely different episode. I'm just like, I remember that. See, Jeff, this is the stuff you could be laughing about.
The one thing that South Park did that they are so real for is they showed somebody throwing up one time, right? Just, and when they were done throwing up, they went,
yeah.
And they spit like 6 times before they stopped. And I was like, that's the first time I've ever seen it accurately. Because I don't know. I spit like 10 times. I throw up and then I spit like 10 times before I stand up just to get everything out of my mouth.
Gotta get them teeths right.
Yeah, you gotta get it out and just make sure it's out. And I was like, they're the real ones for showing that. No one else shows that.
Right.
Like every other cartoon is just brah, white mouth, good.
That's not reality. Especially because your throat is all jacked up afterwards, so the spitting part is actually clearing your throat.
Yeah, hawking the lugs.
Yeah, just because it's all like scratchy and shit afterwards, you got the taste of like whatever you vomited, and you try to clear that shit out. You can't really drink water because you're gonna puke that.
This has been the Dukes of Puke with the half-hour barf hour. Thank you for listening. We are sponsored by Casper Mattress. Go barf on one.
And we are also sponsored by the security team at the Louvre.
Get them next time, fellas.
There's always next time. That's our motto. There's always next time.
This episode of the Steam Machine Podcast is brought to you by bulimia.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
You could edit that part out if that was too far.
Leave us a review on iTunes or Spotify. It really helps us out in the algorithm, helps people find the show because I am terrible at promotion.
Which after this episode is probably a good thing.
Probably a good thing. bit.ly/TSMP Discord. Come join the Discord. That's where all the fun stuff happens. That's where you can vote on the polls and all the goodness of just our community that we've built over the last 5 years, man. Everybody's super cool in there. Love you guys. Check out the website, bit.ly/the Steam Machine Podcast, capitalized phonetically, if you would like to donate to the show and help us keep the show running smoothly and the Steam Machine rolling. Patreon.com/the Steam Machine Podcast. $1 or more a month gets you the episodes early and all the shenanigans in the beginning. That is just for the patrons. And then $10 or more a month gets you that, plus your name read on each and every episode like these wonderful people. Now, excuse me while I do my deep Jim Carrey breath. Nate Cogsworth, the 7th of Juniper, Jeff the Original Expendable, Mr. Syllable, Old Jeffy Lube, also He's a Duck, the RPG Wolverine, Logan Shareed, Arisa Adam, shout out to his podcast, Revival Extinction. Oh, the Discord's grandma, Team Retro. Check him out over on YouTube. Mr. Puzzles, Dane himself, Chad, the Mad Lad. No goddamn seeing his last name, Schaefer. He's not even a patron anymore. I just love saying his name because I love his fucking nickname. Flying Brian, Doran Gray. You're all wonderful. I love you all very, very much. Thank you.
You gave Adam the wrong podcast.
For supporting.
Spectre approved.
You didn't say Spectre approved.
Oh.
You said Revival and Extinction.
Did I? Oh, that's just muscle memory. It is Spectre approved. Even in my notes, I changed it to Spectre approved. But
that's amazing. I could tell it was muscle memory because you just did that like you were possessed.
Yeah, it literally is. Our patrons have been the same for so long that it's just easier for me to just through it.
It's great though. It's like if who's the guy that does who's the announcer on Jeopardy? Ron Gilbert or something like that?
This is Jeopardy.
Yeah, that guy. It's like if that guy tried to become a auctioneer is basically where you end up at.
I'll take it. Shout out JRPG Report. Shout out Dane and Jeff's Media Dump. Buy a shirt, tsmbproductions.threadless.com. That's about all I have for you. We'll be back in a week. Talk about some freebie games. And then after that, Spooktober's over. And we gonna probably need to do a short game, fellas, because I'm thinking that we're going to want to sink some time into Chained Echoes. So
I'm also thinking we might need just a breath, too.
Yeah.
That as well. Yeah. Maybe we'll do a short game or two, but we got to play Chained Echoes because yeah, that's going to be a good time. That game looks really fucking good, and its Metacritic score really fucking good. Its Steam rating really fucking good. And so hopefully I'm looking forward to it, man. So yeah, until next time, everybody, take it easy.